Chairs and tables. This mini square is gonna make me speak about culture. Let's talk about culture. Here in Cartagena we have two main music. One which is called champeta. It's number one. It is originally from Africa. And champeta is number one in Cartagena. Today, all over Colombia we dancing. But then the second most important music in Colombia, sorry, Cartagena, it is salsa. Even the best salsa singer in Colombia was born here in Cartagena. His name was Joey Arroyo. Well, group, later if you pass around here about 8 p.m., this place is going to be crowded, full of people. People, they come here specifically to this place, which is called Don de Fidel. They come here for dancing salsa. I'm talking about 400 years ago. And the name of this place, back in the day, was named Plaza de la Mar. You know what's mar in English, right? Mar in Spanish is like the sea. Okay, after this, I have to tell you that the Spanish crown, they noticed the kind of activities and economy that was in this square. And because of the reason they established in this building, the custom office. Because of these people started calling this place the custom square. In Spanish, it sounds like Plaza de la Aduana. In Plaza de la Aduana, this is a place where you can find ATMs and bank. The BBVA, Bank Colombia right there. In Plaza de la Aduana, you can find this monument. Look at this monument straight down there, the one in marble. Most of the marble that you're gonna find in the square or park, this marble is coming from Carrara, Italia. Well guys, the guy on top, you see the guy on top? His name is Christopher Columbus Fontana Rosa. According to the books, he was the man that discovered the continent October 12, 1492. Honestly, today, people, they don't like too much as before. You see? By June, in Cartagena, used to be a lot of protest, and people was pissed off they were gonna tear it down. Well, guys, we product. Also, we product the style. We export the tiles, coffee, also what else let me tell you, silver corn. Well, we got well here, talking about the oil wells. And Colombian emerald. Have you heard about Colombian emerald? You know what's Colombian emerald? The green stone, the precious stone. Also, Colombia is the one that exports the 64% of the emerald in the world. They're coming from Colombia. Emeralds. Emeralds. Have you heard about this? You never heard about Colombian emerald? It's very special, 64%. Because of this emerald in Cartagena, they are 2 times cheaper. In case that one of you want to get an emerald, let me know and I'll show you the right place. It's the factory where they manufacture everything by hand. Well, guys, the name of this place is called San Pedro Claver Square. The church and the monastery, it got the same name. San Pedro Claver Church and Monastery belong to the Jesuit religious order. Right? So the question here, it is who was Peter Claver or Pedro Claver? Because people say that this is the most beautiful square, and tons of tourists they come here specifically to see what happened in this square. So who was Peter Claver? Can you see? Can you see the sculpture over there? You see the priest on the left? His name is Peter Claver. He was born in Verdun, Catalonia, Spain, 1580. And when he came to Cartagena, he was just about 30 years old. 30 years old. After that, I have to tell you that he wanted to help the Africans, but he didn't have too much influence. But I have to tell you that later he turned to be a physician, and also he was a priest. Later he was an official priest. When that happened, he dedicated his life to attending the Africans that were coming from Angola and Guinea port. In Cartagena came 11 African tribes, like the Congo, Monicongos, Araras, Afantis, Jolofos, Minas, Popos, Calabaris. Each of these African tribes, they speak their own dialect, they speak their own language. Because of this, you can see the sculpture. The African on the left, can you see?
Yeah.
His name is Andrew Sakaguchi. According to the history, he was his personal translator and he spoke 7 African languages. How many languages? 7 African languages. When we talk about the slavery, guys, I have to tell you that the slavery was abolished in Colombia in 1851 by President Jose Hilario Lopez. First country in the world that abolished the slavery was Haiti. Haiti was the first country. The last country in the world that abolished the slavery was, help me with this one.
America.
No, not America. Think about it. Don't know? Okay, I'm gonna give you a trace. It is a South American country. Brazil. Brazil, 1888. 1888. In Colombia comes 1.5 million Africans. Cartagena was the main port. They came from they came first Colombia to Cartagena, and from here they were delivered to the rest of the Spanish colony. By the rainy season back in the days, that was impossible to go by land. By water they can go before. And well, guys, they built it up in Cartagena about 5 kilometers in walls in order to protect the city against pirates' attack. City of Cartagena was attacked 6 times by pirates and corsairs. Okay? Chronologically, it was someone's named Robert Baal from France, the first one. That was exactly 1549, just 10 years later, after the founding of Cartagena. Sorry, 1543. 1543. Okay, so later after this, it was Martin Coty. He was also a French pirate. But in 1586, the biggest British expedition came to Cartagena. No, one of the biggest by that time. His name was his name was Sir Francis Drake. Francis Drake. Have you heard about Sir Francis Drake? This character came to Cartagena with 8 boats and 2,000 invaders. But those days in Cartagena there was no this kind of defense system. No war. What do you think? He took the city? Yes or no? Say yes. Yes. No. Yes or no? No. No. Don't know. You are like don't know. Who say yes? Who say yes? Just you. Okay, my friend. Yes, he took the city. He took the city. He invaded. He looted. He looted Cartagena. When he left Cartagena after 53 days, because he came to Cartagena February 9, and he left Cartagena April 2nd. Once that happened, the city of Cartagena went down. It was in poverty. And according to the book, city of Cartagena took like 1 decade to restore everything up in Cartagena. Because of these reasons, in 1602, they decided to build it up the walls. And they built it up this way. You can see this. Today, look at this. They also built it up 23 bastions. This is a bastion where we are. The bastion is a platform in the wall where they put the cannons, where they put the artillery. See, in the bastion you can find the steeple. You can find also right here the sentry boss. Look at the sentry boss. See? Well, guys, this is the walls. The most important pirates attack happened in Cartagena in 1741. 1741, that was the last attack, with Admiral 350 years ago. Today is called the Navy Museum. And this is the place where you're going to find the real, the original.
No, go. Don't worry.
Guns, because most of the cannons that we saw over there on the wall, they're replicas. Real ones, they're going to be in size, okay? Well, guys, straight down the years happened with her. According to the book, in 1509, she was kidnapped when she was about 11 years old. The Spanish, they attacked the indigenous tribe that was called Samba. And when they noticed that she was dressing different to the rest of the girls, of the little girls, they understood that she gotta belong to the, that she was the princess. Because of this, she was kidnapped. And later she was taken to Hispaniola Island. Hispaniola Island today, it is called Dominican Republic in Haiti. Over there, she lived in a convent. The convent, over there, she learned how to speak Spanish, also the religion, she learned also, well, what I have to tell you that later they brought it back to Cartagena 20 years later, and she was the translator back in the days. And also she was kind of the human rights defender for the indigenous. First slave in Cartagena were the indigenous. Okay? Today, Catalina, because that's her name, La India Catalina, in Cartagena we celebrate by March the International Film Festival. This is like the Oscar in the United States. For the winner, they give a small statue.
Bu kadın be. Hola.
Sombreros, sombreros.
No, ¿cuánto es 2 por 3? 2 por 20. Ok, 2 for 30,000 pesos. Entonces son 3. Ok, my friends, he says, if you buy 2, he's gonna give you another 1 for free. I mean, 3. You can see the balconies, you can see the waterfall, the boats.
Türkiye'ye giden birisi olsa anama yollarım, gerçekten yollarım. İstiyorum, nasıl sevinir biliyor musun? Seviyor bir de öyle şey. Karı süs manyağı. Süs olsun, hayatı mutlu olur.
Aa, bunların hepsini çektim.
Okay, guys. Somebody gonna get something, otherwise we're gonna keep going, please. Somebody's interested. He was the one that helped the Latin Americans, other countries to get freedoms. Also, he was the man that founded that huge country, such as the United States, that was named the Gran Colombia. Gran Colombia was a country composed by Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Panama, also Bolivia. Totally was his country. But a lady discovered they passed away in Colombia, in Santa Marta. Santa Marta is a city within 4 hours from here. You have heard about Santa Marta? Go over there, it's a good place. In case you don't know where to go, it's a good place. Well guys, what happened over there? He passed away 1830. And immediately he passed away, the Gran Colombia, the big country, separated. The last country that separated Colombia was Panama. Happened in 1903. 1903, okay? Panama was part of Colombia before. Later they moved to that Panama Channel. Well guys, Simón Bolívar. Plus of this, I have to tell you that Simón Bolívar, he was the one that helped Cartagena to get the independence. Cartagena was not like the rest of the Spanish colony. This colony later, by a French architecture, Gaston Lelarge, 1925. Inside of this place, you're gonna see a huge golden altar. And also, the floor is totally made in marble. Well guys, I have to tell you that just next to the window, can you see next to the window? Next to the window right here outside, can you see the sundial?
Yeah.
That's a sundial. Announcing clock. That's right, announcing clock. Well guys, this was the church that was carried down by Sir Francis Drake in 1586 when he attacked the city. When he attacked the city of Cartagena, he tear it down. Over the 50% of the building. Later they rebuilt it up. Okay? And well, people say that this building, or they say that this cathedral has a mistake. Can you see the mistake of this place? No? No. The tower is okay. I'm going to tell you what happens. You know what happens? They say that most of the cathedral in the world, they have a square in the front. And in front, you see the square, they put it beside tree. They say that this square should be here. Unbelievable. But what happened with that square? Let's see. Come with me. Watch the step, please.